Okay, good morning. It's Loretta West, and welcome to Tangle Tuesday. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, all-around art gal and soul collage facilitator, and I welcome you today. This piece here is one I did recently at Fall Tangle 2021. And soon I will be offering it as a video that you can purchase. So stay tuned for that. Once I figure out how to make it work, I will be offering that to folks to buy and have and play around with, but it's a lot of fun. So today you're going to need some tools. You're going to need a pencil. This is just a regular HB pencil. A fine tip pen. So this is a Faber-Castell Pitt pen in S, which is like an 01 or an 03 if you're using a micron. So quite fine. And a little bling if you care for a little bling. I have a Jelly Roll Metallic in gold. And I know I have a tortillon around here somewhere. It rolled away, but a blending stump, if you have one, for graphite, and I will find it eventually. But if you've got one, if you don't, Q-tip will work, and makeup sponge applicator will also work so that you can blend stuff. And I am going to work today on a piece of Strathmore sketchbook, Strathmore mixed media paper. It is 117 pounds, so it's fairly thick and can take a lot of different mediums. And we'll need that. And just like last week, we're going to work in the round. And if you have a Zendala tile like this, you might want to pull one out, or you can use any kind of round object to use as a template. I'm using a CD because it's just the right size and it has a middle hole. Okay, now looking for something else here. Okay, I want to tilt my work surface up a little bit. I have stuff everywhere that'll work for that. It's a little wonky. Hang on, this will be better. There we go. And I've got a little wrist rest here. So just take a minute to take some deep breaths and be where you are. Allow everything that's going on to be here. Take a brief breath and let it out. This is your time to let everything that's in your life step to the side. You might even want to imagine that you put all that stuff that we carry in our heads in a little box, a beautiful little box. You put it all in, all the lists and the to-dos and the appointments and the Christmas preparation, all that, put it in a little box and set it to the side. This is your time right now, just for you. Okay, so I'm going to take my pencil. I have my CD here, which is going to be my template, and I'm going to go around the edge. And then I'm also going to go around the little center. But if you don't have a little center on your circle, you can sort of eyeball where the center would be. Then I'm going to bisect that center with a center line. I'm just eyeballing it here quite lightly with my pencil, and that way. Then I'm going to, actually I'm going to flatten this down for a little bit to do this part because it's easier. And I'm going to extend these lines to the edges. So going from here to here, and it's not straight. I'm not using a ruler. I'm just guesstimating. From here to here. And from here to out here. Oh, I can see that one's a nice crooked one, but it's okay. I can straighten it out with my pen later. And then here to here. And then we're going to bisect these lines. Continue on here. We're dividing the pie. They don't have to be exact, these divisions. It's just guidelines. Continue on. Spokes of a wheel. All right. And then I'm using my pencil. My pencil's a really good little ruler. And where the color part of the pencil and the wood starts and the end of my pencil, I've got my finger. I'm going to put a dot right there. We just do this in a little bit so you can see. I'm going to do the same for each of these sections. So I'm trying to remember, so my pencil is not sharpened exactly the same all the way around. So I'm going for the broadest part. And there we go there. Turning my paper as I do this. So this is a rough way to measure. You could also use your thumbnail or something like that if that's more convenient. So in between, putting this dot. Oops. It's a little awkward when you've got this camera in your face, but I'm doing it. This one's going to go over a little bit. I can see it's not quite in the middle. And the last one. Okay, so you have your dots there. Then I'm going to take my pencil and go from one corner here to this little dot. And then from the little dot out to the little corner, or the corner, the little corner. It doesn't have to be a straight line. It could be slightly curved. That's the way it worked out. So I'm just looking here and saying, oh, this one could go over here a little bit. So you can sort of wiggle around with it as you're going around in a circle. And I'm going slowly to remind myself to slow down. That's all going to work out. See, this one's kind of curved. Kind of curved line from this morning. Last night they were straight. This one seems to be curved. Oh well, I'm going with it. Oh, there's Maddie. She wants in. She knows I have a smoothie. She refused to go out this morning because it was raining. She's a real weenie. Open the door and she runs in the other direction. So there you have sort of a flower, 8-pointed star. Then I'm going to take my pen, my Pitt Artist Fineliner, an S in black. You could use any color you want though, and any fine tip pen will work today. I'm going to go back over my lines, and I might just sort of straighten them out a little bit or make them a little better with my pen. And that's okay. This one I'm making a little more curved than I did with the pencil. So I thought, okay, I like that. Right. And then from this center circle out to the edge. And if you don't have a center circle, you can draw one in or go right to the center. It's up to you. Just going out and over these lines and straighten them out a little bit if they're a little wonky. Oh, look at that. I went right into the center. Okay, so I did that. It's early-ish. So we're just going to go with that. I'll make them all the same. That's the wonderful thing about Zentangle. When you make a little oops, just go back and make them all the same. And then I think I'll just take my pen and go and restate this little circle in the center. Little motif. So you may have something that looks sort of like this. If it's not exactly like this, that's okay. It's the general ballpark we're looking for. And then this shape up here, we have this sort of lovely crescent shape here. So we're gonna put some in there. And you could do each one, or you could do every second one. Don't have to fill in all the spaces. I want to do each one just because that's what I feel like today. Okay, I'm going to take I'm going to go from this circle here out to this little cleft right there. The circle out to the cleft. Helps to do little dots. It gives you something to aim for. So here we have, it's almost like a stained glass window or a snowflake. And then I'm going to aura the inside of these shapes, just a little bit away. And don't worry if your line's a little wiggly. Mine's a little wiggly this morning. I haven't used my hand much. Still waking up. So I'm going to give you options on filling these in so that you can choose what you like. Oh, put stuff on there. Okay, so we have this shape. Roughly. And you could use, write that down, write it down. Flux. So it's F-L-U-X, which is a Zentangle pattern. And you could have come out this way, this little sort of teardrop leafy shapes. It's about 4 on mine. Maybe do a little bit of tipple at the top, or you could do tipple in between. You could also do some veining, some dots in there. Very pretty. And you could do both sides that way. So flex would be just general, facing the other way now. So like that. So each one would be a pair. Very pretty. That's one option. The other option is to do facette, F-A-S-S-E-T-T by Lynn Mead. CCT. And so let me just show you what I did here. So I've got this shape here. Okay, and I'm going to turn it on the side so you can see. Do some zigzag so that I have triangle shapes for facette. And I'll show you on the large one here. So then you make your aura inside as many times as it'll fit comfortably. And then from the center triangle, do that. And you can do the same on this one. This is a different shaped triangle. So let me just carry on.
Loretta,
yeah.
I have a question. So from that tangle, to me that looks like you're filling in the whatever that string is. No, in the tangle itself.
Okay.
You're filling, that's that's Tripoli, right?
It's very similar to facette. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm confused of what is facette. Is it that the outside or just that triangle, or
what's the
does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense, because I thought, oh, this looks a lot like Tripoli, even though I was doing it last night. And so, yeah, it's very similar. I think what's different is you make these sort of facettes here. So it's facettes like on a ring, on a stone.
On a stone. Okay, thank you. That helps.
Does it help? It's very similar. And so you just carry on and do Tripoli or facette, whatever floats your boat. Very similar. And carry on. And you know, I know in Tripoli they put a little, you could put a little round shape in there and black it in. You could do that if you want. So I'm going to put there similar to for Tripoli, which is a Zentangle pattern. Now it's making me wonder if I did it right. Oh no. Okay, so there's some options. And also then we have this shape here. You have this rounded shape. And in there, you can do, I have two options that I came up with. Moon Pie, which is also a Zentangle official tangle. And you do that by just doing this, a little bit of arc. and then some spokes coming out that are flared. Like that. And then another little line to aura that. A little line above that. And aura that line. And little orbs in there. And then above that, some larger orbs. Partial there. Reminds me of a circus every time I do this. So that's a possibility. And the other one that I came up with was to do in those corners over here. A cone shape. That, an arc, and then some wiggly ray type shapes coming off of them, like the rays of the sun. So then you have some options. And now it got me wondering about facet, whether I did it right. It is a little early for me today. Okay. I'm gonna look that up while you catch up. Okay. Yep. I did it right. So just wonder what the
So what's the last tangle called?
okay, the last one is this sun. That's just my invention. It doesn't have a name. I don't know. I'm sure somebody's made it already, but I don't know what it's called. Okay. Now, if you want to, you can go and you can do a little shadings. That's what I thought we would do today. So I've got my sample from last night. So you can see what I did here was I did flux on one side, and facet on the other. And then I started to do the moon pie just to see what it looked like. And then, oh, no, suns. So I kept going with suns. But if you want to, you can do a little shading. Find my torchon, which I know. Oh, I know. See, when you travel and then your stuff, you take your little travel kit and you haven't put all your stuff away yet. That's the problem. Okay, so here it is. Here's my torchon. And so what you can do is go in and do a little shading. So I might do shading here at the base of each of these fluxes. So that's one option. Very, very gently. You can shade around them. So I'm just going to put a little bit of shading in between each one. And around this little circle at the top. So that's one option, another option. And then with the facet, you can shade around where the center of each one is if you want. So it's going to look, give it a little more depth. Just around the little center opening. So there's some homework too for me to look at. The difference between facette and Tripoli. Very, very similar. I want to find out what is going on there. Thanks for bringing that up, because I was wondering last night. It was too late to look it up. Plus, the dog kept throwing her dog toy on top of my laptop. I knew, time to quit. Stop. That way, you could just shade around the edge of it if you want. Then here in Moon Pie, I'm going to shade the bottom. Pull this down a little bit. And then maybe in here, I'll do a little shading around these little orbs. In the sun, I'll do a little shading on the base, a little shading on each of the rays, just at the base of the rays. As we welcome back the sun on December 21st, I thought, well, let's welcome it back. A little bit of that. And then with your gold pen, I want to show you, so there's this gold pen, and then I also have in here somewhere okay. So this is quite smelly, so I'm not going to use it today, but it's a liquid gold deco color paint marker by Marby, and extra fine. You just shake it up, press down the nib a few times, and out comes this beautiful fine gold. It's really lovely, but it does have this nasty chemical smell. So make sure you open your window when you use it. And then on this week or last week when I was visiting my mom in the city, I went to a nice art supply store to buy something for my sister, who's also a painter. But then, of course, I had to buy stuff for myself, and I haven't tried this yet. But of course, I had to buy it because it says 18 karat gold leafing pen on it, and by Krylon. My guess it probably is pretty smelly too, but I thought I'd give it a shot. And so I haven't opened it up yet, but I will be. And it also came in copper and silver. I just got the copper and the gold to try. So I will be trying that. I might be doing that right now. But for now, let me show you this. Just add a little gold accent here and there with the graphite and the black. Looks really quite fetching. And if you want, you could add a little red in there too, here and there, and that would also be beautiful. Just adding a little bit of gold here and there. Maybe the inside of my little facets, a little bit of gold. I want to open this up. See what it says. Cap on, shake well before using, point down, press up and down. Scrap cardboard or paper to start paint flow, recap and shake periodically during use. Tip comes on. Okay, Krylon. See what yours is like. I'm really excited to try this. Like Christmas. Okay. Shake it up. Good arm. And that should be good. Open it up. Oh, it's got a really, really broad tip. Didn't know that. Let's see if I can get some stuff to come out. Come on. Oh, I see color. I see color. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that, I don't know. You can't see it. Whoops, sorry. Look at that gold. Holy mackerel. I knew you would be special. And then it's got a wedge tip, so I can do it broad or I can do little. Wow. Can you see that? That is shiny. My little crow self is very happy. So I can just do a little bit here and there with the edge. Wow. I can see where this could be my new favorite toy. Ooh, danger. So there you go. You might want to get yourself one for Christmas, or 2 or 3. And the other thing you use for gold, well, I have it. The Kuretake gold watercolors. They're not here. Where are they? Nope, they have disappeared, but they are very good too. So if you want to apply a little gold with some watercolor, Kuretake, or there are other brands out there as well, but that's what I have. Works really well. So continue on with this on this lovely snowflake ornament type Zendala, and be sure to share it on the Tangle Tuesday Facebook page. If you're not a member, please ask to be a member and join the group for inspiration. And you can also tag me on Instagram, loretta.west.artist, and it's LORETTA. And I hope to see you in another week. Thanks for joining me.